Hi everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading, my lovelies. Today is a reading about the new moon in Virgo, which was yesterday. So I am one day late on the new moon in Virgo, but it's not just like a one-day event. The energy is with us, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about this new moon in Virgo. And if you're not interested in hearing my little intro, you can go directly to the description box below and choose your pile. And the focus of the reading is going to be harnessing the new moon in Virgo for your benefit, with a focus on natural beauty and natural refinement, eliminating complexities and routines, and taking moments out for ourselves to take care of ourselves. Okay, so that's really going to be the focus of the reading. And I'll go over the piles really quickly for those of you that are just wanting to get straight to it and pick a pile. Pile number 1 is represented by this Miracles card, and it says the Northern Lights, Iceland on it. And it's a picture of a polar bear looking at the northern lights. Very beautiful. For pile number 2, we have the River Nile, Egypt. Very interesting as well. And it says flow for this card. And for pile number 3, we have planning. And we can see like a city that is being constructed like up in the clouds. And the name of that city is Machu Picchu, Peru. Okay, so for those of you that are like, I've always wanted to go there, I'm so connected to Machu Picchu, then you may want to choose pile number 3. You can also choose along the themes of miracles for pile 1, flow for pile 2, or planning for pile 3. Now, I did something really cute today, you guys. I got my dog groomed by new groomers where I live here. And they did such a good job on her, and it's such a perfect time with the new moon in Virgo to like shower your pets with love, do cute things for your pets, get them groomed. Of course, Virgo is oftentimes a sign associated like with service and taking care of the things that we may take for granted, right? Like we get really busy. It can be hard to always give our pets the attention they deserve. And something like the new moon in Virgo is like a really groovy time for doing some doggy or cat grooming. And another like Virgo, new moon in Virgo experience that I had yesterday was I went to an infrared like healing. Like it's this sauna where you go to like have this infrared therapy, and they take like color therapy and they mix it in with the infrared, and it's all the colors of the chakra, and it was magnifique. C'est magnifique, as the French would say. So that's like a really like wholesome activity. And to, you know, go to sit in a sauna, take your doggy for a walk, get your doggy groomed. I also went for like a beautiful walk with my partner as well. And we, as we were like walking at this park, there's a really hilly park, and there was this woman with her family who was like rolling down the hill in like her clothes and was just running down the hill. And she was probably in her early 50s. And usually you see kids doing that, but it was really fun to see like an older person doing that. And also there were like little kids like flying kites and like running up and down the hills and stuff. And I thought this is just like so wholesome, and there's so much natural beauty, and it's so like new moon in Virgo, which is a great time to start like new routines health-wise. Go for a walk if you can. This new moon in Virgo is in opposition to Saturn. So Saturn is in Pisces right now, and the new moon is opposite that. So I think it's better to focus on the like wholesome activities that you can do. Like it would be a good day to, if you have like a bad habit you're trying to give up. Like my boyfriend's trying to quit vaping, and last night he hid the vape from himself, and he's like, I'm not gonna, touch this vape and things like that. So it's a good day to show some discipline for better health for yourself and for like your loved ones. And it's a day that we really want to focus on like natural things, holistic healing, natural beauty, natural like routines. We don't want complicated routines that like take us out of the moment. And with the new moon in Virgo opposite Saturn, like we want to be thrifty as well. We don't want to be like wasting money, spending money on stupid shit. Like we want to be like doing the essential things really well, and not like taking things too far or splurging too much, because Saturn doesn't like that. Like it's okay to splurge on our health and well-being at this time, but we want to probably stay away from like the things that are unnatural. It's not a really good time for that, especially because with this new moon, there's also a Mars square to Neptune happening right now. And that's not good for people that are like, like, oh, let me just try, like pushing yourself too far with like stimulants or drugs or anything like that. It's not a good time because people's nervous systems are going to be very sensitive. We're still coming off that Mercury retrograde. Uranus just went retrograde. Like there is a lot going on right now. So I'm just going to tell everyone, like, please be kind to yourself, be kind to your nervous system, and, calm and cooling. The calm and cooling air of intelligence is kind of in the air, and we're getting closer to the fall season now. And I made some notes. I actually did like a full year astrology webcast back last year in November, predicting all of 2024. And you guys can find that video in my playlist if you're interested. But I had written some stuff about this new moon in Virgo, and it says this was what I wrote last year about this new moon in Virgo. New moon in Virgo is opposite Saturn. Things feel a little more familiar. We stay put and be still, okay? Things start to feel a little more familiar, but we need to stay put and be still with this new moon opposite Saturn. Immaturity is not the vibe right now. Emotional immaturity is not the vibe. We want to make sure that we're listening to good advice. And with the new moon in Virgo, it's a good day to be cautious, but to have clear vision and be focused and follow instructions and embrace a calm and cool air of intelligence. It's a good day to be outdoors and connect with nature, okay? To take stock of your health and make important doctor appointments. And the mantra for this moon, because it's in Virgo opposite Saturn, may be, for some people out there who are feeling kind of lonely, it may be, well, I'm feeling lonely, but at least I'm healthy. For those of you that do you still have your health, that's a very beautiful gift to have. And it's good during the new moon in Virgo to be like grateful for the little things that are going our way. We want to, because Mars is square Neptune, we probably want to avoid weird diets, weird drugs. It's not a good day to be taking like weird weight loss drugs or weird diets or things that are going to like have an effect on your health. It really is not. So natural holistic remedies, good thing to embrace. And only do like natural things with a natural, like only do natural drugs that align with your native traditions. Okay. I just have like Burning Man is going on right now, and we know what disaster it was last year during a Sun-Saturn opposition. So it's been kind of quiet this year. I haven't heard a whole lot coming from Burning Man, but anyway, I hope everybody is being safe out there and is taking good care of themselves. And we're going to talk about harnessing this new moon in Virgo for your benefit. We do have some pretty heavy astrology coming up in the month of September, which I will be going into more later on. Eclipse season begins in September. There is a full moon lunar eclipse at 25 degrees Pisces on September 18th. So starting from this new moon in Virgo, this new moon in Virgo is like a fresh breath of air before we get into kind of the intensity of eclipse season. So take advantage of this like fresh breath of air, knowing that towards the middle of the month, things are going to get a little more intense, okay? So that is some information about this new moon in Virgo. And I'm going to go ahead and begin with the tarot piles, and we will take a look at each pile here, okay? So we are going to start with pile number 1. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the Miracles card and you picked the Northern Lights in Iceland. Beautiful choice, pile number 1. And we are talking about harnessing the new moon in Virgo. If you're wondering about this new moon in Virgo, you can listen to my intro. I did go into detail and talked about it and some of the astrology coming up ahead in the month of September, okay? But let's talk about this fresh breath of cool, calming, intelligent air here for my pile number 1. So let's go ahead and begin. Let's see, what is the message? There's the 4 of Pentacles, stay put. That was my message, part of my intuitive message about the moon was to stay put and take it easy and embrace maturity, which is very, 4 of Pentacles in the tarot. So let's take a look and see. We've got the 8 of Swords. We've got the 10 of Swords. Oh yeah, needing, hold steady, pile number 1. We've got the 2 of Pentacles, okay? And navigating this terrain has been very hard because you don't really have a good idea of what's coming next. I feel some of you have just been having to sort of cope day to day. And some of you may have had like a lot of responsibilities and time pressures as well going on in your life, okay? And as far as like money and expenses, some of you may be thinking, I don't know where I can like cut costs any further. Like I'm out of ideas. Okay, and I'm getting something about like a loan payment or somebody's car note, or, with the moon in Virgo opposite Saturn, this new moon in Virgo, it can feel like I'm out of ideas and I'm kind of stuck and I don't know what to do now. And for some people here, it feels like if you could just have like a 2-month break on paying something, you could get so much farther ahead. Like if you could just not pay your rent for 2 months or just not pay your car note for 2 months, like it would be easier than having to shuffle around, like just so you can kind of get ahead. And yeah, so for some of you, this may be like a monetary thing that's coming up for you right now as well. And it's like, well, shit, Natalie, I'm fresh out of ideas here. Okay, so we're going to assist you with this. And it may have to do with moving some resources around, okay? And it feels a little tough because it's like, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know how I can do that, okay? And honestly, with the 9 of Swords missing here, I kind of feel like you guys there's something in your life right now that you just can't put your finger on, and you're just over it. You're not nervous about it anymore. You're not losing sleep over it. You're not, like you don't have the 9 of Swords, like nervous energy about it anymore. You're just kind of like done. You'll like, I'll do whatever it takes to kind of get from here to there, but I'm kind of like done with this energy. I'm kind of sick of this energy, okay? And some of you may have like feeling like I'm having a hard time like caring, honestly, with this 10 of Swords here. You're like, Natalie, I'm having a hard time like putting energy into this anymore or caring about this anymore. And I just really don't know what to do. So let's see here. We have Venus, Jupiter energy, okay? Sometimes help comes when we least expect it, and it comes in a form that we did not see coming, you know? So that would be, oh, we have vitality and red jasper, okay? Red jasper, I like the color, very bright. And that to me, red jasper feels like root chakra stuff going on with you guys. Red jasper as a stone, as red as blood, stimulates life force energy and vitality. It helps strengthen one's chi, making it beneficial for people who are prone to tiredness or suffer from chronic fatigue syndrome. Yeah, and this moon Saturn stuff can definitely, for people that have like chronic fatigue and chronic health issues or fibromyalgia, this moon can really be like, you know, this new moon could maybe be kind of like a trigger. But for some of you here, you may be having a breakthrough actually. And there's some tough days, but it's like you get through the worst of it, and I feel you're ready to take on what needs to be taken on here. Okay, carrying red jasper encourages exercise and body movement, which, okay, yeah. And, you know, the Two of Pentacles is all about like coordination and coordinating the body and having like a fluid physical response to life and being flexible. And maybe some of you, you haven't been feeling that, and you will be feeling this. This is like some body work, I feel like, for you guys that improves your chi, okay? And the Two of Pentacles could definitely be doing some type of Tai Chi, okay? Yeah, so it can lead to physical fitness and stress reduction. It can also invigorate endorphins or happy chemicals in the brain. Okay, I care about my health and well-being, so I exercise on a regular basis. Aw, and some of you here with this Venus-Jupiter, you may really like sweets and treats and treating yourself, but then you're like, oh, but then I feel so tired. And you're like, well, what's making me feel so tired or lethargic, okay? And whoa, we have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy, okay? And that may be what is kind of waiting on your vitality pile. Number one is being very black and white about something and not wanting to let go of something, even though you know it's like killing your vibe, okay? And, you know, the moon Saturn, when we have the new moon in Virgo opposite Saturn in Pisces, it's like just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, and we all need to take our medicine, okay? And maybe for some of you, it's letting go of a creeper, letting go of a creep show ex, or letting go of somebody who had your mental health in the shitter pile, number one, okay? And I'm just being really, you know, straight up Virgo in this reading and saying, you know, the person could be the nicest person in the world, Venus, Jupiter, okay? Or have the most potential to be like a really wonderful relationship. But if the relationship is affecting your mental health and your vitality and is putting your mental health in the shitter, it's gotta go, you know? It's not, life isn't a game, you know? I mean, it is, but it isn't. And, you know, the Four of Pentacles is where we really need to start taking something seriously. And if we're overly constipated about something, because we won't let it go, like we complain about it all the time, or we hem and haw over it all the time, but we refuse to let it go. It's like, but I like my suffering. I'm used to my suffering. And it's like, nope, let it go, okay? We're going to be like Elsa in the movie Frozen and let it go, let it go, let it go. Pile number one, okay? We have keys on a ring, many options, unconventional, stringing along, and one night stands. Well, we certainly don't, you know, need that in our life with everything else going on, with bills to be paid, and, you know, We certainly don't, you know, like we certainly don't need people stringing us along, do we, pile number one? And I mean, I've been there too. I've been with people that have strung me along as well. You know, and I made excuses for the person, and I was like, you know, and we've all been there hoping things will get better with a particular person, but there's many fish in the sea, okay? And, you know, maybe for some of you, you had an ex give you like a key and you need to return that key to them. For some of you, this could have to do with a literal key in somebody's key. And it's like, well, I want to be a good person and give it back to them, but it's an awkward situation. I don't know what to do. I got to give this person the key back. Okay. How should I do this? How should I go about doing this? Well, if you're looking for a very stoic time to return someone's keys, I could definitely say a new moon in Virgo opposite Saturn. If you need to really ramp up the stoicism and, you know, that could be a good time to return keys to somebody, okay? But I also feel for some of you here, you're like, yeah, I was really hopeful at the time that it was going to work out, but it really was a shot in the dark and with this particular person. And I could tell, because I feel like the last time you hung out with someone, they were like really, really low or really, really low vitality. And maybe you were in a good mood and you didn't really see what was going on at the time. But now that you look back at it, you can see when this person like stopped acting interested, and you can kind of tell the pattern. I feel you guys are starting to understand this pattern with this person. At the time, you maybe didn't know, but it was like you thought there was a lot of like, you know, hope in the situation, maybe even though it was unconventional at the time. But at the same time, I feel like you can kind of tell when the energy shifted. And anyway, for those of you that don't have an ex that you need to release, like count your lucky stars and count your blessings. And if you have released an ex, like, good for you. I want to give you a virtual high five. Oops, too slow. No, I'm just kidding. Pile number one, I do the hand trick. Oops, too slow. But anyway, no, I'm kidding. I want to give you a high five. If you released an ex and you got through that shit and you're just figuring things out post releasing that ex, then hey, 1000% on point. Good for you. Okay. It's a good day to be a stoic when the moon is opposite Saturn. You're tougher than your toughest day, okay? And sometimes like we have to dig deep for vitality, chi, okay? And you're tougher than your toughest day. For some of you, your ex was a total chi vampire with this 10 of Swords here, and they always put you in a worse mood. And it might be time to admit that to yourself in a way here, okay? You're tougher than your toughest day, my loves. Take time to breathe out, okay? If you've just released your ex or you've just like let go of a situation and you're like, why am I not over this yet? God, you know, like give yourself some time. Don't put it off, but also give yourself some time if you've gone ahead and done that. We have here a change of heart. Yeah, you guys definitely have been reevaluating a lot of things as it relates to your own personal happiness and personal growth. And this is a Taurus card, and it does have to do with reevaluation of your heart space. And you know, someone has had a change of heart. And, you know, this person could have had a change of heart before you did, but, and you noticed something was off, or you noticed that someone was having a change of heart, okay, because they weren't excited, they weren't happy, the mood shifted, the mood got dark, like that type of thing, okay? There's been a change of heart, but at the end of the day, by moving on from this and letting go of this, it's actually better for you because it allows you to breathe and have more space for yourself and be more flexible about the future. And it allows you to sort out your chi and your energy, especially if you've really been around somebody that's been a major chi vampire, okay? And I want to read this Northern Lights card to you guys a little bit here. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the messages in this book are quite powerful. So it says, you are visiting Iceland, and it's clear to see why it's called the land of fire and ice. The active volcanoes here are tempered by ice and snow. We drive on a moonless winter night, bundled in thick coats to cut the chill of the frosty air. As we look up, we see a vivid canopy of stars across the dark sky. Magic and mystery are associated with the northern lights. Okay, be open to the miracles that are waiting for you. Release your doubt and watch for them. Know that you don't have to do it all yourself. It's important that you don't limit the miracles that can appear in your life by trying to control the flow or having expectations. Be open to allowing the Creator to resolve challenges for you in mysterious and amazing ways. Okay, be open to celebrating your success. Yeah, I talked about like noticing the small wonders will allow great gifts from spirit to expand into your life. Yeah, Venus, Jupiter, great gifts appearing into your life. And yeah, and it says noticing the small wonders will allow great gifts. And yeah, the new moon in Virgo is all about those small wonders. And for those of you that actually have released your ex and had a change of heart and are taking time out for yourself, good for you. You will see the benefits. You may feel kind of low or overwhelmed or kind of like lonely a little bit right now, but I swear, pile number one, it is going to get better, my loves. Okay, we have miracles here and the beautiful northern lights of Iceland. So pile number one, that is what I am getting for you about harnessing this new moon in Virgo. And wishing you all the very best. Take care, my darlings. Let's move on to pile number two. Okay. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the River Nile in Egypt. Amazing, gorgeous, spiritual, and healing for my pile number two. So let's go ahead and talk about this new moon in Virgo and how you can harness the energy of this new moon in Virgo for your benefit, okay? And if you're curious about the astrology of September or this new moon in Virgo, you can definitely listen to my intro. And let's go ahead and take a look for my pile number twos about harnessing this energy, okay? And we've got Judgment on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so let's go ahead and crash, boom, bang with Judgment. We've got the King of Cups. We've got the Five of Pentacles. Okay, this is about somebody I feel like that really cares about you and can see that you're struggling, or it's also, it could, we're just starting here, pile number two, so go with me. And I'm seeing the initials N and C, and I'm getting something about North Carolina. Okay, so I just have to say that, and this is about, you know, caring for people and looking after people when they're really, really down and hurting, okay? And some of you here are healers and are magical healers, and you have a way of sensing when people are really, really down and when they need support, okay? And how like your care is so important in the healing and care of others as well, okay? And the new moon in Virgo is Virgo is a sign that is about healing and care and service and charity and connecting with others in its polarity with Pisces in that particular way. And this new moon in Virgo is opposing Saturn in Pisces. And I've talked a lot about Saturn in Pisces and giving charity, helping the poor, caring about people who are struggling and in trouble, okay? Family members who could be struggling or in trouble, okay? I also feel for some of you here, for those of you that have been suffering, you've been having ill health, or you haven't been yourself lately, or you've been struggling economically, I do feel like there is somebody here who really cares about you, whose energy is really attached to you. For some of you, that could be a spirit guide or a departed loved one. With the Judgment card, I'm really keen to believe that there is a spiritual force that is guiding you through these difficult times. Pile number 2, okay? And we have the 4 of Cups here, okay? And that is very emotional, okay? Very emotional energy, all right? And let's see, I feel like this cup that's being offered here is coming from this King of Cups, okay? And someone really loves you and cares about you and wants to be there for you. I feel pile number 2, or cares about your well-being. It could be a friend as well, like really does care, okay? So let's see what we've got going on here. Somebody could be worried about you right now, pile number 2, or maybe there is someone in your life that you are worried about right now, okay? Because they just don't seem like themselves. They're going to work every day, they're showing up, but they don't really seem like themselves, okay? And we have here Chiron and Uranus energy, okay? And that can talk about alternative healing or alternative healing modalities to help people who are going through like emotional pain and physical pain. People who are suffering and struggling like with PTSD and things like that. You know, the 4 of Cups is really an energy of like having a support group or having like a support group or a therapist around that can assist in helping us process our emotions, okay? And being open to new forms of healing and alternative healing. And of course, with the new moon in Virgo, it might be a really good time to try a new method of healing. Or maybe you are wanting to learn about a new method of healing that could be really beneficial. And it's like, well, I would like to, for those of you here that are in some type of helping profession, and you're like, you know what, I would love to learn hypnosis. I would love to learn past life regression therapy. I would love to learn like all kinds of different healing modalities out there, right? And I would love to start doing those types of things, but I don't know. I don't have a lot of time and money for all that. Like there is a lot of things I would like to study and learn about, but I don't have like a lot of flexibility in my schedule, or I don't have a lot of time to like attend these groups or do these things. But I feel like it's something that you want, pile number 2, or there is some healing that I feel that is alternative or different that you can want to help people who are struggling emotionally or physically, okay? And we have here Snowflake Obsidian for your crystal, and this talks about clearing negativity, okay? And that's coming out under the 5 of Pentacles. Obsidian releases negativity and the added energy of the snowflakes. It represents light overcoming darkness. Snowflake Obsidian brings new beginnings, hope after a setback. Yeah, a setback, an emotional setback that makes a person want to like, that puts someone in, you. Some of you here could have had a setback that really put you in your feelings or made you want to check out, you know. Snowflake Obsidian brings new beginnings, hope after a setback, and a gentle, gradual improvement in whatever area that has caused distress in the past. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for gentle, gradual improvements with the new moon in Virgo opposite Saturn. We don't want to, like, with the Uranus and Chiron here, it's like, ooh, I want to like supercharge my healing. I want to like really amp up and supercharge my healing, okay? And like for some of you that actually have like Chiron in Taurus or a lot of planets in Taurus, Uranus has been moving through Taurus over the last, like, since 2018 basically. So it's been a minute, and it's been since 2018, like this whole trajectory, I feel like, for some of you here when it comes to healing and clearing negativity. I also feel some of you here are wanting to help someone in your life heal from a setback as well. And this person may not be totally receptive to everything that you want to do, and you may have to do gradual healing with them, or you may need gradual healing in your life about something, and it needs to be gentle. With the King of Cups, we're talking about gentle, flowing, easy, not pushing too hard, okay? The King of Cups really interested in experimenting with different kinds of healing here and wanting to help clear negativity. Gradual improvement over an area that has caused physical and emotional distress in the past. As I focus on the positive, the negative energy gradually dissipates, okay? And I actually like this Four of Cups because it's not like everything is perfect, but we're starting to see where there could be positive improvements. And you feel like somebody really does care, or in turn, you're able to offer that care, okay? And we have here, very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And I don't know why, pile number 2, it's frickin' 7 p.m. at night here, and there is someone so loudly outside of my bedroom window mowing the lawn. So loudly, pile number 2. What is going on? It's like almost 7:30 p.m. Anyway, I need to clear the negativity in my own self about that. But anyway, and with the Four Cups, sometimes like we're very sensitive to like noises, and we're very sensitive to like our environment. And some of you here may be very sensitive to noises in your environment, and it actually has like a really bad negative effect on your physical health. I also feel like, sleep can be very hard to come by, especially like with new moon in Virgo opposite Saturn. Like moon Saturn can sometimes talk about very like challenging sleep. And so some of you could be feeling a little ruffled because you have been having challenging sleep. And with this River Nile energy, I feel like all you want to do is kind of like lay back and relax on, it's like, let someone else captain the ship. I just want to lay back and relax, okay? And clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And maybe when it comes to certain relationships, you haven't really known what you wanted, okay? And I feel some people in this pile could have been staying away from relationships, like romantic relationships, because the type of person that you're looking for has to be a person who's like spiritually evolved, very gentle and caring, King of Cups, but also highly spiritual and intuitive, and somebody who embraces like healing and alternative healing as like a lifestyle, okay? And it's hard to find people like that. It can be hard to find good quality people that are like that. And But for some of you here, it's like you haven't been able to make up your mind emotionally about something. But I do feel like, you could have somebody who's like really funky, different, spiritual, healer, gentle, creative, intuitive. I feel like some of you could have somebody like that in your life very soon if you kind of decide what you want and get past maybe some of like, some of the past negativity that maybe you attach to relationships, pile number 2. Okay. Because the person I feel you ultimately want is somebody who really cares about their own healing and somebody who is like different and unique. Okay. And somebody who even maybe challenges your ideas about life a little bit here. Oh, wow. We have wedding rings, union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. Okay. And my goodness, that's coming out under that King of Cups. Okay. Somebody does care about you a lot, pile number 2. Or someone is poised to pop in here like, judgment. A big life-altering event that causes somebody to pop into your life and maybe some of you know that there is somebody that really cares about you in a massive, like, life-altering way. Okay? Yeah, and you'd like nothing more than to go with the flow, but there's been some like physical and emotional limitations there. We have, you should be so proud of how fucking far you've come. Good for you. Yeah, because sometimes with the 5 of Pentacles, we start from the bottom of the bottom. Started from the bottom, now we're here, okay? You should be so far of how far you've come. If you have wanted to trust and open yourself up again, you should be so proud of your like emotional strength. I feel pile number 2 here. You really should. And, taking stock on this new moon of Virgo about instead of just reflecting on the bad or kind of like focusing on the negative, Spirit really wants you to look at how far you've come and how much you've healed. Since some of you, I feel like with this Judgment card, maybe you went through a massive breakup or a big divorce or something like that. But, and those feelings can be hard to shake. But we have look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Okay. And look at the bigger picture. I'm here and I'm in one piece and I still have a sensitive, caring heart that isn't completely turned off to love, okay? Like how you feel about something is very important, and where someone stands in your life is very important, okay? And sometimes with Sagittarius energy, yeah, we may need to travel, we may need to look at something in a different way, look at the bigger picture. Okay, maybe things didn't go exactly the way I planned, but I am more prepared than ever to connect with someone on a much deeper level than I ever was before. Like that is a big, picture type of a thing. Okay, we have personal growth. Yeah, and that's coming out under you should be so proud of how far you've come. Moon in Taurus. Self-esteem, okay? And the 5 of Pentacles can be where we're carrying negativity because of low self-esteem about something. But I feel like you guys are truly seeing yourselves as the treasure that you are. And you've gone through a lot of personal growth to get to where you are today. And you may still be kind of gun shy, and that's okay, pile number 2. But I really do feel like you've really tried to work on your self-esteem, okay? And it shows for sure, okay? So keep keep focusing on that. Keep working on that. Keep working on your personal growth. Personal growth is very important to you, and it's important that the partner that you choose also has a huge emphasis on personal growth, okay? And I emphasize you choose, because I feel like it's going to be in your hands, okay? With this Four of Cups here, like you choose. Clearly decide what you want so it comes to you soon. And yeah, so taking stock during this new moon in Virgo of how much you've grown and just how much you've changed. And maybe in the past you were very closed off emotionally, and can be negative sometimes. But like, I feel these days you're very open emotionally. You've matured so much emotionally. You've done so much healing, and you expect the person that you're with to follow, to be that way too. And I don't blame you. I would feel the same, pile number 2. I don't blame you, right? And look at the big picture. Maybe there was some negativity or a divorce or something that happened that was challenging, but look at the bigger picture. You wouldn't have grown to the person you are today with the healing capabilities that you have had you not gone through that, okay? And I think, you know, it is a good time with the moon in Virgo to take stock of that, new moon in Virgo. I want to read a little bit about the river Nile. We are traveling now to Egypt around 1000 BC. The land looks similar geographically to how it looks today. One of the longest rivers in the world, the Nile creates a fertile swath as it flows through arid landscape. Wow. And it says here, when you're in a state of flow, right? The King of Cups, when you're in a state of flow, and the Four of Cups, when you're in the state of flow, you aren't pushing the river to go faster. You aren't swimming against it. You're just flowing around every obstacle. This isn't the time to try to control the events of your life. Everything falls into place when you enjoy the ride rather than resisting the drift of the great river life, okay? If you run into a blockage, don't try to push through it. It is a sign that you should move on to a different path. You don't have to do it all yourself. Let the Creator support you, okay? When you are truly in flow, you don't need to exert effort to make things happen. Okay, and that's good because I feel like you guys are ready to be in the flow. You don't want to keep exerting effort at things that are only like lukewarm. Okay, and that may be like a practical decision of, you know, do I want to keep exerting effort at something that's basically like lukewarm at best? Or, you know, have I come to the place in my personal growth where that isn't good enough for me anymore and I'm looking for a different path? And I feel like this King of Cups can navigate that really long, you know, river, that really long river, the Nile River, one of the longest rivers in the world, okay? And yeah, so that is what I am seeing for you, pile number 2. I wish you the very best, my loves, and I'd love to hear your thoughts or comments on the reading. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose Machu Picchu, Peru, and your card is planning. And today's reading is harnessing the power of the new moon in Virgo, okay? And I talked about the new moon in Virgo greatly in the beginning of the video. And if you'd like to take a look at that, you most certainly can. Okay, and planning is great for new moon in Virgo. Like opposite Saturn, strategically planning and getting all your ducks in order before taking action on something, that's very smart. It's a very smart move. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck, building your dreams. One brick at a time, pile number 3. Ooh, the Empress. Hey now, who is... Wow, pile number 3. Look at you already here. 3 of Wands, planning the next step, okay? Ooh, the Lovers. Chemistry, attraction. Like, it's a hit, pile number 3. It's a hit. Okay. And Virgo season looks like it could be good for you, pile number 3. Let's see what we have here. Some of you could be planning a getaway with your friend or a sweetheart, or going on a trip and you're making all the preparations for that. But you're feeling really lucky. With the Empress, you're feeling really lucky to be alive and to be breathing that natural, beautiful air. And boy, you're certainly looking good. And I talked a lot about natural beauty in my intro, and the Empress is like so naturally beautiful. And, skin routine, shining, clothes on point. And natural beauty isn't just external, it's internal, right? It's internal beauty that is shining forth, okay? And I feel somebody really wants to make you happy by taking you on a surprise or giving you something nice. Pile number 3. I like the energy, my loves, okay? And this is like such a nice surprise. You find out you really have a lot of things in common with someone. You find out that, like, I feel some of you could be flirting with someone, talking to someone, meeting someone, and it's like they keep taking a glance in your direction. They keep looking back at you. Okay. This could be also like a stranger coming up to you and giving you a really nice compliment. And I remember one time I was walking with someone, and there was this woman that was passing us on the street, and it wasn't a compliment in my direction, but I still thought it was really cool. This other woman that was passing was like, wow, you look really beautiful, to the person that I was walking with. Like, you look like, basically she was saying you look like an empress, like you're glowing. And my friend, like, that I was walking with had a baby, um, and I was like, wow, like, it really warmed my heart. Like, I was like, what a nice compliment to give someone. And the person that I was with had got like a big smile on their face. And another woman came and was like, God, you're really shining. You really look beautiful. You're really glowing. And what a beautiful compliment to just give someone, like, walking down the street. And I feel some of you here could be the beneficiary of like a random compliment, of a very nice compliment where somebody says, wow, like, I really like your dress, or I really like your outfit, or you really, like, this environment really suits you, or just like compliments on your energy and is like, wow, like, your eyes are really like bright today. They're really shining. They're really pretty. Like, somebody like truly noticing your natural beauty and giving you a nice compliment. And it could be, a lover, somebody flirting with you, or just someone randomly, even on the street, being like, wow, I really like that color on you. It really looks nice, or that type of thing. Okay. And that's good. That is like, yes, 1000%. And, and I feel like, you guys are very attractive and stunning people. And I feel like people maybe wanted to be with you in the past because it's like, look who I have on my arm, or look at my boyfriend or girlfriend. They look so good, or that type of thing. And I mean, I feel like you guys like to be appreciated for how nice you take care of yourselves, and you do look really nice, and you are very attractive. But I also feel like you're not just somebody's like trophy or competition, that type of thing. You really want someone to pay attention to what you say with the Lovers card, and you really want to find that compatibility. So it's not just about getting someone's attention and like them showing you off, or you showing them off, or whatever. It's about like the mental connection as well. And it's about like conversations where you just like connect. I feel someone is actually trying to connect with you, and trying to see if they have things in common with you, or trying to strike up a conversation with you, pile number 3. Okay. They're trying to find out things about you. They're trying to show interest. They are interested. They are trying to think of ways to connect with you. Okay. So this is interesting, pile number 3. I wasn't expecting this, but okay. We have Neptune and Pluto, mysterious, okay? A mysterious dream that appeared to me in a misty haze, and it was pile number 3. A mysterious dream beauty who's magnetic and beguiling. I mean, what do you got? What are you doing? What are you putting in your water these days, pile number 3? You got something good going on. And maybe some of you are focusing on detoxes and cleanses, you know, or you're like upgrading your style, and you are having like a mysterious magnetic quality to you that people are really noticing, and they're really like, wow, like really, really approachable, because I feel like you guys want to be approachable. It's approachable, but it's also like mysterious, and you know, I feel like somebody's having some fantasies about you, actually, like secret fantasies with Neptune Pluto here. I feel like somebody is having some secret fantasies about you, about talking to you, getting to know you, taking you somewhere, okay? And they don't really want you to have to lift a finger. They want you to be comfortable and feel secure in your environment, wherever they take you or wherever you go. And let's see what else. We have nutrition. Okay, my body is a temple. I have the insight to make wise choices with my eating habits. I choose food that nourishes my body and soul. Yeah, that's perfect for the new moon in Virgo. Is picking foods that are very healthy and clean and natural. And it talks about, you know, plant-based diet, organic food, you know, taking care of gums and teeth. Like, you know, my body is a temple, and don't you look like it? I mean, of course, you're coming through as Venus, as the Empress. Like, your body is a temple, and somebody else notices that too. Okay, and it might be a time to start some new nutrition habits that you've been wanting to learn more about, or time to start. And again, I said earlier, it's not about like fad diets or weird diets or anything. It's just about eating healthy, I feel, for you guys. And we have engagement. Wow, that's coming out under the Lovers. What is going on? Your love life is ascending to higher levels of commitment. Okay. Yeah, somebody really wants to talk to you and really wants to have you on speed dial, pile number 3. Okay. And they want to know what makes you tick. They want to know what you like. They want to know what you like to eat. You know, they think that you're smelling good, looking good, you know, the room is glowing when you walk in it. And they want to know like little things about you. They want to know what makes you tick. They want to know what you like and what you don't like. Like, they are highly curious about you and want to be very engaged in the conversation, okay, with you. And we have here passion, insane chemistry. What? Pile number 3, what in the actual F is going on here? Okay, in a good way, insane chemistry, liking each other equally. That's the Lovers card, okay? And having fun. Yeah. And this person wants to take you to go do something fun, but they also want you to be comfortable. And if you go do something outdoorsy, they want you to be comfortable, and they want it to be nice, and they want there to be food there that you can eat that you like. And there is like a lot of flirting, interest, passion, comfort, okay? Somebody here may be in the food industry or a chef or may have stuff like that going on, but liking each other equally and having fun together. Hey now, ask yourself if it will matter 10 years from now. If it won't, don't sweat it, okay? And, you know, when it comes to like in the past, if you're like, well, in the past I didn't, you know, I kind of was more wild, or I was, you know, really nervous about how other people were perceiving me or what they were thinking about me. And yeah, like, um, and some of you here, I feel like you are popular and people do really like you a lot, but you may have also worked really hard to project that image with the Neptune Pluto here. And you might have been afraid that if you didn't project this image of being like really nice and popular and outgoing and everything and sweet and kind and caring, like sweet like honey, that people wouldn't really like you or be attracted to you, or that people would be repelled. And sometimes that can make us kind of like people pleasy in some ways, or like we work really hard to get someone else to like us instead of them kind of leading that pursuit. And I feel like you guys are sitting back more and letting others like lead the pursuit and start the conversation and show the engagement, which is good. Okay. I mean, that is good. And if there was a part of you that worried all the time, like I always have to look my best, I always have to be like the dream girl or the dream guy, or I always have to be constantly on 100%. I can't have one hair on my head out of place. Like, I feel like a lot of this is this pressure to be perfect with this new moon in Virgo, I feel like is subsiding. And some of you here may have had gut issues, nutrition issues, things like that, or just physical issues that you've had to attend to. And maybe sometimes that felt like a little bit embarrassing because it's like, well, I have to eat a certain way, or I have to this type of thing. They always say like the hottest people always have like gut problems and gut issues. I remember seeing that on TikTok once and I was like, isn't that the truth? But don't be embarrassed about anything, pile number 3. Like, if it isn't going to matter in 10 years from now, don't sweat it, okay? We have luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. And I love that with the Wheel of Fortune showing up on the bottom of the deck. Like anything can happen, right? And luck is on your side with this. If, for some of you, if you've got a new connection, or there's a flirtation going on, or there's a possibility there, it's a good time to meet people and talk to people because you are very attractive and you are looking good. I think Libra season is going to be very kind to you guys as well, as far as, you know, luck being like being in the right place at the right time and striking up a conversation with someone. You know, that's nice. Okay. And I feel somebody tells you that they're lucky that they met you. Okay. And that they're lucky that you're talking to them. They're like, oh, I'm so lucky. Like they feel lucky to talk to you and to know you. So that's really cool. We have eclipse in Scorpio and regeneration. Yeah. Don't call it a comeback, as LL Cool J would say, pile number 3, but do call it a comeback in your guys' case, okay? And this is an eclipse in Scorpio. So intense, magnetic, passionate, okay? And it says stand firm in the eye of the storm, okay? And this is something that I feel you guys have learned. But I also feel like you have better boundaries at this point in your life, and you are very fierce about protecting yourself, caring for yourself, and taking care of yourself. And I feel maybe in the past, sometimes you would kind of get caught up in the emotions or the intensity, especially maybe sexually, okay? Or in wanting to please others and things like that. And sometimes like being with someone sexually like really rocks your guys' world, okay? And I feel like this is a message of standing firm in your like being the loving, generous, creative person that you are, you know, beauty that you are, shining from the inside out like you are, but also being like private when you need to be, not sharing everything right away, holding your boundaries firm and true. And if you do get caught up in a storm of passion and intensity, hold your ground and be assertive about asking for what you need. Okay. So that is something that I would say here, but there is intense, passionate, stormy, sexy kind of energy. Okay. The new moon in Virgo opposite Saturn is a reminder, though, I feel like, not to get, because of the passion and because of the instinctual energy and the conversation is flowing, is not to get too sucked into the passion, though, and try to keep, you know, I know sometimes it's hard when you're like used to being desired and wanted by people, and then you get like that kind of high energy with it, which is very Neptune Pluto. Like we have to work not to get caught up in the moment sometimes. Okay. But I do think luck is on your side, and I think you have been through a lot when it comes to um, like your self-esteem and feeling good about yourself and not falling into like people-pleasing energy. So I think that's really good, pile number 3. I think that is really, really good. And I do see a lot of passion coming your way. Luck is definitely on your side when it comes to starting up a conversation with someone new, or someone starting up the conversation with you. There's opportunities to be had here. So pile number 3, that is what I am getting for you, my loves. I hope that reading resonated. Wishing you the best. Take care.